All right, so the Padres, they've already lost the series. They've lost 6 consecutive road games. Was this deja vu or what? I mean, Jackson Merrill homers again, but that was pretty much the only Padres offense. And this was, not gonna lie, pretty boring game to watch. Just there wasn't a whole lot offensively. Tatis had a hit. That was it. Merrill and Tatis, 1 hit each, 2 hits the entire game. And you look at the Mets, top of the order there, and they combine for, let's see here, 4 runs scored, 6 hits, 5 runs driven in. I mean, there's the difference there, right? Like top of the order, your big guys for the Mets, that's Lindor, that's JD Martinez. I know Pete Alonso didn't have like the 3-hit day, 2-homer day like JD did, but he still had a hit in this. Again, we can go right to Manny. It was another not so great day from him. He finally hit the ball hard in his last at bat, but you could barely see him on the screen when that ball was thrown to first base and the final out was made. He was barely in the screen and didn't go to the base. Just turned right around. It just seems like I don't know how to describe it. It's obviously been a really bad season for him, and the power's not there. And I don't think that he is healthy. And they put him back at third base today. It just I don't wanna say he's not engaged. It just seems like he doesn't want it as much as someone like Jackson Merrill. And I don't like questioning whether a major league player wants it. But I'm just not seeing the most competitive at bats right now from Manny. I mean, today we saw a couple more lazy it just I don't know about lazy swing, just not the best swings, not the best pitch selection, just lazy grounders, roll me over down to third base. It just it's just it's just not fun watching Manny right now. Is that a good way to put it? I hope that's a good way to put it. It's just not very fun to watch him play. Um, and it's not like I should just focus on Manny today because the rest of the offense, other than Merrill, the rest of the offense didn't really do anything either. But I can't help but look at the OPS. Look at the OPSs. I don't know if you guys can see this on the screen. I'll zoom in for you here. But look at the OPSs from these Padres starters. 745, 821, 917, and then look at the big drop off there to 667. Look at the other OPSs. You know, the only OPS in this lineup, in the starting lineup today, that is worse than Manny is Kyle Higashioka, who started the season and still is really the backup catcher, which we expect nothing from offensively. And Manny, who has the $350 million contract, right? He already had a $300 million contract before this. In total, I think it's like 450 because if you scrap the last 5 years of that first contract, whatever, not the point. Getting paid a ton of money, and he has that OPS. He has that batting average. And that's not everything. These two stats aren't everything offensively, but look at the games that Manny has played defensively this year. It's not very many compared to DH games. And so when you're DHing most of the time, and regardless of if you're great defensively or not, when you get paid that much money, you don't make that much money based off your defense. You make it based off your offense. And Manny just has not been good enough. Last year, it wasn't good enough. This year, it's not good enough. And so right now, we're sitting here, and I still believe in the talent of Manny Machado. I just have to tell it how it is that Manny, he is not performing well. He's not performing anywhere near where the Padres need him to perform, especially based on the money that he is getting. It feels at the same time, it feels like it wasn't that long ago, but it feels like it was a long time ago as well, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does, that Manny was having a should have won 2022 MVP season. It does feel a long ways away when you're looking at the at bats now, but then it also feels like it was just yesterday because of the great memories that we have from that year. But right now, that just looks like an outlier right now. And that sucks to say. And I hope that we don't look at it, at the end of this year as, oh, that was just an outlier Manny type season. But you look at these last 2 years have been, I believe, his worst offensive seasons. This year so far, it's not a full season, but it's been worse than last year was. And it's not just a Manny thing. This isn't the NBA where we should focus all on one player who's not doing his job. But when Manny Machado is the captain of the team, he is the big, face of the team. You could say Tatis, but we know who has the main influence in that clubhouse. It's Manny. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. We're going to talk about it. We're not going to sit here and be complaining about Kaiho Higashioka with that OPS. No, because we know who he is. With Manny, there's been a track record of him being better than this. And so, yeah, it's really frustrating watching Manny right now. Not going to lie, really frustrating. But, I mean, just overall, the last 6 road games, the Padres offense needs to get it going. Let's get away from just Manny here, the entire offense. Jackson Merrill, I love what I'm seeing. 4 home runs in the last 3 games. And it's not like he's trying to hit home runs. He spoke to the media about that. He's trying to win. He's trying to put together good at bats, find gaps, line drives, have a good approach. And he's finding the ball over the fence these last, 4 games. It's been great. But he's not like this home run hitter as a rookie. He may start to develop into that. It's been great seeing that from him. But we already know, I feel like we're at a point where we expect greatness out of Jackson Merrill. We know he's going to bring it every single day. He's one of the leaders on this team already as a rookie, at least based on his play and his care factor. He's already one of the leaders. And I saw on social media people saying the real leader of the team when Merrill homered, and he's trying to get the dugout going. Like, let's go. You could see his hand motions. And based on his actions on the field, right now, I guess that's fair to say. I would say if you don't want to put Manny as the real leader of the team, I would point to someone like Jurickson Profar, someone like Jackson Merrill, someone like Jake Cronenworth, someone like Joe Musgrove. That's who I would point to. Tatis, in terms of play, I think he's been saying the right things as well, pretty much since his suspension. I think he's been doing the right things. He's made a big adjustment, obviously, since he was struggling. So those are the guys that I would point to right now. I wonder what Schilt's going to say post game. I don't know if like a team meeting is something that it's something that I don't think Schilt would do, especially on June 15th when the Padres, what's their record right now? So they're 500. They're not like 5 games under or anything like that. And we know Schilt's a very optimistic player first guy. I don't think that he's going to Bob Melvin it and go in there and start flipping chairs and yelling at people. He's going to tell the media, well, we just swept the A's, a few days ago. It wasn't that long ago when we just played really good baseball. And obviously earlier this year, the whole, what was it, 8 out of 10 series or 8 out of 11 or something like that, series won. And so he's going to always go the optimistic way. And the Padres, they're in a wild card spot right now, but the season doesn't end right now. And I think Padres fans, most aren't looking at the standings right now because why do it when it's June 15th? I think what most Padres fans care about is this interesting, fun, appealing baseball to watch? And these last 6 road games have not been. These last couple games against the Mets, it has not been fun to watch. And I think fans have just had it. A lot of fans have just had it. I don't want to speak for everyone, but I feel like a lot of fans have just had it with Manny. I don't see the frustration with any other player to the level that it's at with Manny right now. And again, I think a lot of that is the contract and what they're seeing on TV, some of the effort stuff. I think that some fans, look, we're seeing other guys at least run down the line. And when fans are spending this much time and this much effort into the team, they want to see someone that's getting paid more money than we're ever going to see in our lifetimes, show a little bit more effort than this.